How y'all doing tonight? Talk real quick about the new quarter design after getting several of them. This one is the Wilma Man Killer. Like the star there, and that, but this side, I'm not liking this side very much. And this is Sally Ride and Maya Angelou. But one of these newer ones, the Man Killer here, the date looks a little low, not well struck. Let's see if I can find which one it is. Several Sally Ride ones and several Maya Angelou ones here. All right. I think I've all right. This looks like quite a few of these. The edge of the coin ain't very sharp. Let's see what we can get on this. Two looks a little weak, and the part of the end looks a little weak. I don't have a D one yet to see that, but I don't know. It's kind of odd because all four of them kind of look like they have the same kind of problems to some degree or another. So maybe they didn't have a very good set of dies for those. They kept striking them and said, "We don't care." All right. The other thing. My coin dealer had a bag of these 64 Kennedys. Almost all of them were D mint ones, because they will at least get one Philadelphia one, this one, and this one's a D. Now they were $10.50 a piece, and the note on these was somewhere around $7 last I checked. So the premium's still running a bit high, or it's just the price of physical silver is higher than what the contract price is. I think it's that for sure, because you can't buy the physical silver as cheap as you could historically. There's no real reason for it to be a higher premium for this constitutional than it used to be. Now, these Benjamin Franklins I also got. It's a 48, another 48, and a 49. This one looks like an S mint. Well, you'll be able to see it. There's a mint mark on there, and it is an S. This one's a D. Right up there underneath the E. This one's a Philadelphia. But I picked out the early Benjamins. Now my coin dealer had a bag of 28 of them. One guy took about 4 of them. I took 3. Then this next guy came in. He wanted the entire bag, what was left anyway. And a little later, after I saw these, I asked, because I got to see him first, and this other guy said he was going to buy all of them. I asked if he minded if I bought a couple out of it first. And my coin dealer was all okay for him. Since I got there first, they let me have first pick on some of this. Very key thing, try to get there first, because sometimes you see stuff you don't get to see very often. Now, he had about 6 trays of world type coins that were, premium ones. There were some silver in, but there were some of them that were, like there's these 2 pence Britannias from the 1780s. They were very large, very thick, and very heavy, and very expensive. I didn't buy any, but I thought they were kind of neat looking. I said, imagine carrying about 4 or 5 of these in your pocket, because they're bigger than these coins are. And I also got a couple more of these today. They're not really super valuable, but talking about some of the things I did get today since I was first. I was looking through what my coin dealer had. He had a box like this one, about 50, 60 coins in it. He said in the next week or two he'll probably have some more, which is cool. But when I was going through what he did have, not that one, sorry. This one, Carson City Dime. Now it's got a ding on it, like it got bent slightly. Hey, old CCC, I sent your package today. And yeah, I got this Carson City Dime today for $8. It's got bad ding on it here. That's why it was priced at 24. This is one of the more common years for these. Other than the bend on the coin, it's got some good detail left, and you can definitely read the CC well on it. Matter of fact, overall, the coin's in, I'd say, at least good condition, except for that. And well, since I was first this morning, first guy there, I was there before everybody. I got first pick. I got to look through that box first. Now, surprising enough, he had 4 1921 piece dollars, and the one was a bit worn. It was $65. It's about as cheap as I've seen them. One was 85, and it was cleaned, but the way it was cleaned looked pleasing. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was just the dirt around all the edges of the the designs in the coin looked nice. I don't know if I can find it real quick, but didn't take long at all. Got this half Balboa coin that looks AU, maybe even mint state. It's coin is the same size as our 50-cent pieces. It's 90% silver. It got a 1931 not too long ago. 12.5 grains, 90%. It wasn't too many years after this, these became copper nickel, but at this point it was 90% silver still. And it even says how much content's in the coin down here. 0.3167. Last time I saw any of these online, I was looking at circulated ones. They were asking upwards of $15 a piece for them. This says 30, but my coin dealer said all these world coins I got here 25% off. So I looked at it and I thought, well, $22.50. I thought it might be overpaying. It might not. It does have a little bit of toning over here or dirt or something. But it's got nice mint luster, as you can see. I don't think it's been cleaned or dipped or anything, but hard to tell. The design on this back is pretty neat. A shovel and garden tool. I can't. It's a sword and a rifle, musket. Some kind of a bay, and then horn of plenty, and then what looks like a wheel with wings in it. Down here, that's the horn of plenty, and then that's some kind of a bay or something leading out to the ocean, it looks like. It's a neat design. I quite like it. I'll pull this back out for you to look at because I know how much you liked it. I can find it, that is. It's around here somewhere. Where the heck is it? You know, trying to find something sometimes is a pain. I know it's in this box though. Just don't know exactly where. Oh, come on. It's all the way in the back. Now I got one that was a nickel from the 30s, I think it was. That the back looks a lot like this, just a lot smaller coin. I quite like this design a lot too. This side is good, but I like the back on this. It's a 1907 IS mints underneath the little dot there, so San Francisco made this. You can see the S quite well. Overall, this coin's got some wear, but not too bad. I don't know when they demonetized them and they went out of circulation. It does have a big ring ding right there, but I quite like that a lot. Now, these are going to go for my treasure chest challenge. 3 Benjamins and 2 JFKs. And he had a bag of 10 JFK coins and a bag of 28 Benjamins. And they all sold. I mean, I got a few of them, but the other 8 JFKs sold right after I got my 2. And then I bought 3 of these. One guy bought 4, and then somebody else bought the entire what was left. They were $10 a piece. I didn't think that was too bad. I mean, recently they've been about $10.50, so, and I don't have to worry about them being stuck in a holder. You know, I'm going to take them out for the treasure chest challenge anyway, so I don't want them in a holder. These go in the bag. And this bag is a hefty, it'll be a hefty Ziploc bag here. It's a thick Ziploc bag, so I'm not worried about it busting open yet. Although, look at that. The bag ain't going to hold this weight much longer. You can see the rifleman's inside the bag. So I'm either going to have to get a different bag or double it up or something or split them up, because this is too much weight for this. Glad I noticed that before I just kept carrying around like it was okay. That ain't going to hold much longer. Well, I don't know what to do about that, but it's nothing I'm going to worry about right this second. But yeah, 4 1921 peace dollars. That's more peace dollars than 21 ones anyway, in one spot than I've seen in a while. The 2 best looking ones were 150 each. So it's very tempting to say, you know, I want all 4 of them, but I didn't buy them. Now, I might get the one that was $85 if it ain't sold, just because I think it's a pleasing. Yeah, I'm going to have to double bag it. You're right. I wonder if the other side's starting to rip too. It doesn't look like it. But when you can take your toy soldier and stick his rifle in there and see it through the bag, yeah, you know you got a problem. I don't know if you saw the video about this. I went to a supermarket and they had a bag on July 4th where someone had put a bunch of toy soldiers in it and had a note on it, said, you know, take one of these home and think about soldiers overseas or any soldiers you might have serving in the military overseas right now, in your family even. Well, I don't have anybody in my family serving right now, but I thought, you know, it's kind of a neat idea. Their heart's in the right place. I'll go ahead and take one. And I took this one. Now, I had a lot of these when I was a kid. Went looking around to see if any of the, like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, anybody had any bags of toy soldiers, and I didn't see any lately. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, silver dropped under $19. Oh, not under, but I mean under 20. Sorry. I don't know if I showed this on the last live stream. But this is a 50-year Mount Rushmore commemorative. It's copper nickel, not silver. But I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. But that buffalo design, I like that. I'd be like, you know what? If I went to a coin shop and he had buffaloes with this, the buffalo look like this one. Like, you know what? I might want to get one of those at least. Now the buffaloes he did have, yeah, it's $18.95. Oh, I hadn't checked. That's but that's the contract paper price. You go to a coin shop and you try to buy a buffalo, which used to run maybe $2 premium. You can't buy them for any less than about $23, maybe $24, depending on where you buy them. And if you go by $2, you're talking $22 physical silver. So that's what I think is going on there. You have a price for the physical stuff, and then you have a price for the paper contract. Now this tells you what it is. It's a copper nickel. I kind of wish they would have put these in silver, but they didn't. But it is kind of neat. Now, I'm gonna pull out something I got a few weeks ago. That's kind of cool. I can remember exactly. Here it is. It's the Louis Braille silver dollar Braille education set. Now it has at least one silver dollar in it. Now I am tempted to open this because one of these has two more coins in it, and I'm not sure if this is the one or not. This feels kind of heavy. The other two coins I think are here and here. Can't tell, but I'd never know unless I open it. Now, it was $26 when I bought it a month or maybe 2 months ago. At the time, I think silver was running. Well, you couldn't even buy a Morgan dollar for around that price. $27 for the cheapest ones, maybe. Anyway, I'll put that back over here. I'm still looking to get. Watch out for that bag. More seated Liberty coins. Now, Jack told us that he's got quite a few better date and stuff coming. Over 100 Morgan dollars total. And maybe more seated coins, maybe some Carson City stuff. I'm not sure what he's getting, but what I'm trying to get is one of these Carson City ones. This one has the CC inside the reef. This one's a little beat up on the back, though. You can see scratches and scrapes along it. It wasn't extremely expensive, $22. It's about good to good range, perhaps. I'm not really a grader of these, but it's got most of the detail, and the rim's pretty much full, which I think is one of the ways they determine the grade on these. But we'll put that up there on. That's the silver price. He looked it up for me. That up there for a few. But kind of what I'm hoping to get is some more of these. Everybody's gonna know what this is. Seated Liberty $50. Made videos for it. This is an old one. It's too bad the front isn't as nice as the back, because this back's got good detail left on it. It does have a ding there, but this thing got circulated, so it's like you don't expect perfection. Looks a little more worn on the front. It's an 1855 with arrows. And if you don't know what with arrows means the two little arrows by the date, because they didn't put it on these other ones. This is an 1843 one. It says $48. Says it's good. Well, these aren't very cheap once you start getting more details. If they're totally slicks, they might be cheaper, but this is the pride and glory of them. The ones I have, it's the best one. And it's a little dark and dirty, but that just means it doesn't appear to have been clean. This is just circulation. Well, someone might have done a little something to it, but 1843 is pretty old for these. Now, he did have an 1838 seated dime, which one of my friends bought. And it was a pretty cool looking one. I think it's $27 though. And that ain't cheap, but it's pretty old. He was the lucky guy who also got two seated $50 and two bust $50 a couple weeks ago that were, they were circulated, but they were pretty nice. And I don't have a bust half. I mean, I want one, but I don't have one. I don't know. Are you still out there, old CC? See? Your sticker's really cool. There's a package heading your way. I just sent it earlier today. Let's talk about. I got these from Daryl. He's the jeweler, and he does some coins. He had these sitting in his little display case. This is really worn out. And if I remember correctly, he charged me $4 a piece for these. Now this one's been holed. It's a half dime. It's got good details left on it otherwise. It's a shame it's got the hole in it, and it's, as you'll see, it's an 1849 one. It's probably some circulation and stuff, but you can see what the hole looks like. It is not a regular drill. Somebody hammered away at that one a lot. Now this one, it's an 1877, and it's a love token. I might have showed this the other day on one of my streams. Someone done a drill hole in it to wear it as a necklace, A&S. Hard telling when this was actually done. But Civil War soldiers used to do this to older ones than this. This is 1877, can't be a Civil War one because it was over by then. Well, it was over in fact, but in spirit, the South never wanted to accept that they lost. That's a nice era one there. It's so far struck off the date's not on it. I don't believe it's a silver coin, but without taking it out of this and looking at it, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't think it's silver, but I don't know. Well, you got some nice stuff coming. I sent you a few things, and was able to put it in one of them heavier um, clasp envelopes. Went to the post office, and the guy said, "Yeah, we can ship this." I sent one to AG Stacker 1776 or AG 1776 Stacker. I'm not really sure what order he likes his name said in on his channel, but anyway, I sent him something too. Um, they were $1.23 a piece to mail, which isn't too bad because they were flat enough that they weren't. The last package I sent in an envelope, I sent a new silver stacker, and it had a lot of stuff in it, loose coins and stuff that made it kind of thick and bumpy. So they stamped it with a package mail, and it was like $5.99 to ship. I'm like, damn it, because I did send him some mini coin sets that he used on his 12-hour giveaway, and I put 4 of them in an envelope, and it shipped as a regular flat mail, thing. It had a forever stamp, and the person that they're going to stick 20 cents more on it so they won't machine this because they were afraid it might catch. It was a little thick, but not bumpy. I think that's the thing you look for. If it's bumpy, then it kind of like, yeah, I'm not liking this design. This is the newest one, I think. Wilma Man Killer. I've got a Maya Angelou and several Sally Ride ones here too. But what I noticed on this one is the edge of the coin right by the 2 and the over here on the end doesn't look like it got struck very well. I mean, one of these, it almost looks like the 2's, or maybe it's the end. The eye in the end is almost gone. I think it might be this one. I'm going to keep these around and find out if that's some kind of error that's worth something. I mean, it's hard to tell from this live stream. It's not in high def, but that 2 on the end there is pretty flat. And the one next to it, the P's even a little flat, but not, I don't know. But all these are P, this man, Wilma Man Killer. I thought the star looked kind of neat on the back. I haven't really researched who this is. It says principal, chief. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't read, and everybody knows who Sally Ride was. That one you don't have to do any research. She's an astronaut. I think the first American female in space, if I remember correctly. And if you've been around for a while, you know who Maya Angelou is, poet, or was. But I don't like the Washington on. I'm hoping next year they change the front of these to where it looks like the Washington crossing the Delaware one. I like that one better than this. His neck looks like he's on steroids, like a wrestler or something. It looks thicker than, of course, his head's bigger on this because the date ain't underneath it. It's at the side. So I don't know what they're going to end up doing with that. I need to do a couple more updates. I've started to get a decent sized pile of 90 or copper pennies to put in my coffee jar, and I haven't done an update on that one in a while. I probably got about 30 more to throw in there. I even got a couple down here on the table. Like this 1981 one. I haven't checked copper prices lately, but when I started doing it, they were about 3 cents of copper per penny. And if electric cars and other electronics keep using more copper, more houses get built, more cars get made that need more wiring because they're adding more and more electronics and other stuff to try to make them have better mileage, or making electric cars. They're just going to be using more copper in a car and probably more silver, you know. So it's going to make a drain on the amount of silver that's out there. But I've still been able to get quite a bit this year for my treasure chest challenge. I just threw 250 in it, 2 JFK and 3 Benjis. I have 5 JFKs now. That's all I've been able to buy. But you see that total? That's the total of coins in my treasure chest challenge. 78.60. Might have to start using might just have to take the dimes and put them in one bag, and the quarters in a bag, and 50-cent pieces in a separate bag, so it'll be easier to count. Of course, then when I throw them all in the chest, then I have to separate them again. And I just did a video with that recently, but I've added since then. So this thing's getting pretty full. And have a look at this chest design. It's got like the old pirate map style thing on it, and that's East Asia and China, I guess. I think that's what that is. It says India. Who knows? Nova Guinea. I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was a neat looking design that's the chest I wanted to get when I started this, was that design. Because I'd seen it on Amazon, but you had to buy it and get like 1 or 2 pounds of world coins, which they wanted, I think, $35 to buy it. And I'm like, that's too much. I was able to get the chest. It says, well, yeah, $10.99 on it. If I'd waited till they had a home decor sale, I could have got it for half that price, which is how much I got most of the other chests that came from Hobby Lobby were bought when it was 50% off. I can't remember what this one says its price is. $5.99. And so that made it like $3. I'm like, you can't even buy the wood for this to make one. And then this one, I set my coin dealer a few weeks ago. He only wanted $1 for this. It's a Halloween theme. It's not very big, but the wood in it is really thick. And I don't know what kind of wood it is, but the bottom is pretty thick too. So this can hold all the weight of silver you can throw in it, which isn't very much because it'll only probably hold about $20 face maybe. But I thought, for $1, I'm going to go ahead and buy it because I've been doing a treasure chest challenge for a while now, and why not? Pull up some more coins. I live streamed earlier, and I'd went to my coin dealer, and he had a bag, big Ziploc type bag, heavy, like a freezer bag, with probably 400 or 500 coins in it or more. But I picked up some of these older half crowns. Unfortunately, not old enough to be silver. It's 1950. They stopped putting them in silver. God, when was it? 46, I think. Anyway, 3 lines are for Great Britain. The 1 line is for Scotland, and the harp is for Ireland, representing the republics that are all together in the UK. This is King George VI. He died kind of, as they put on the thing I was reading, prematurely. And then Queen Elizabeth became the new, this is a 2 shilling coin. I quite like it too. But she became the queen, and she's been the queen ever since. But I left them in here. Maybe I didn't leave them in here. Got a couple Churchill coins. Oh, there they are. A couple more of these, and I paid 20 cents for it because everything in the bag was 20 cents. I picked out a lot of the bigger coins, and I picked out a few smaller ones too, but I bought $7 worth of these. Several half-crown ones and shilling ones. Well, what's a shilling? This is a 53, and it's the young queen back when she was, I don't remember how old she was when she took the throne, but she's been the queen for 70 years. It's crazy, but this coin is 53, so it's almost 70 years old. It's a little bit different design than the, where is it? And this one. I have some of these that are silver. They're older, like 22 and 35. I have one that's a little bit newer that has King George on the front that's practically totally uncirculated. Might have a little few marks, dings, whatever. But you got a 65 commemorative crown, one of these. How much did you end up paying to get it? Most of them I bought have been 50 cents, but he had two of these in that bag, and I said, you know what, for 20 cents, I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. I've got, like, my count's right, I've got 25 of them or some such. I sent one off the new silver stacker, and I don't know for him to have, just because we've been buddies on Facebook for like a long time, very long time. 2 pence, 1979. What? I'm not even sure what country this one's from. Being that it's a pence, I thought maybe it might have been a British coin, but I don't see the queen or any monarch. And I think most of their coins have, not all of them. I mean, the Bahamas proof looking coin. This is an odd coin, kind of square. It's 15 cents, odd denomination too. Oh, you want it? That's cool. Anytime you get them for free, can't complain there. 55. Another Queen Elizabeth coin. I've got a lot of coins that the Queen's on. I got some of the older ones, like this is a 1937 penny. I think he'd only taken the throne shortly before this. Might have been the year before that. Obvious French coin. I mean, since it's pretty much the 10 francs, the shape of the map of France on the side, it couldn't be anything else, now could it? On pesos. Got a bunch of these. My mailbox theme, treasure chest, whatever you want to call it. Where's that? I guess it's a mill theme. Just set it down and kind of look at the outside of it. It's got like the directions. It says Atlantic and then longitude 133. And then it's got what looks like some kind of stamp. or something. I say male theme, but maybe it isn't. The back doesn't really tell you nothing about it. Maybe it's more some kind of a selling theme. Come to think of it, it was sitting on the table at Hobby Lobby with the pirate treasure chest and some other pirate themed stuff. 1/3 of your coins are Canadian. I've got a lot of Canadian coins too because, well, we're not real close to the border here in Indiana, but I've went up to Fort McCoy a few times, which is in Wisconsin. Got a lot of wheat, the the maple leaf pennies, some quarters and dimes, nickels, and then in change we get them almost all the time. So it's common to get at least one Canadian dime or penny occasionally, or sometimes more than just occasionally. But I don't know. I'm thinking about pulling this thing down for the night and leaving it up for people to watch. But yeah, I don't know. I want them to change this side of the new quarters. I don't really like the way Washington's looking this direction because he's always looked the other direction on the other coins. And I don't like how thick his neck looks on this. It literally looks like a steroids wrestler guy. I mean, his neck just looks super thick. I don't mind, the honoring the women of the country, and they haven't been honored enough over the years. I mean, now it's all dead presidents on our coins, but back in the day, they used to have women who were made to look up like Lady Liberty. You live right on the border, on the American side. Oh, you used to. Okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna say. I was thinking. I saw what your address was to mail you that package, and it's not exactly close to the border. Was not able to get any more Morgan dollars like this, but I want to. Especially if I can get them for $18 or less. I don't even know what my coin dealer would charge for one like this today. I bought this a few weeks ago when silver was higher than it is now. And it's $18. I'm like, I'll buy that every day. And then bought this from Daryl, who runs the jewelry shop, for $20. I'll buy one like that every day too. I think it was glued in a belt buckle or maybe a money clip. Hard telling. But anyway, I think I'm gonna head on out of here. And I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of the night. I might go live for a little while tomorrow. Never know. Might not. Got a few videos I need to schedule out for next week anyway, so anyway, I hope that you all have a good night, and we will catch you the next time, and we'll see you then.